Welcome. My name is Douglas Lodmell. This is the Mind of Money for Young People. And this next question is really, really important. Should I borrow money to invest? This really gets into a bigger conversation about borrowing and another question that's coming up. But the shorter answer is no. No, don't borrow money to invest. Borrowing money costs you money. So when you say invest, I'm thinking about, you're borrowing money and then you're going to go invest in some kind of business or scheme or stock market or something like that. The only time you should borrow money is when you are going to invest in something that you have a clear return on, and that without borrowing money you simply couldn't do. In other words, it's so expensive that there's no way that you're going to come up with enough money. And the things that you need to borrow for in life right now is your car first, because like it or not, in the United States, we need a car to function, right? Unless you happen to live in New York City or some other place where you don't need a car, in which case don't buy one. And until Uber and self-driving cars and all that gets affordable enough to where you can live without a car, you got to have a car. That's not an investment, but that is something that's okay to borrow for because it's needed. It's needed. You can't get to your job without a car. So I understand that. The second thing that you are allowed to borrow for is your home, because you live there. So you're using it. So you're going to invest in living one way or another. So you can invest in living in your own house, or you can invest in rent. Either way. The mortgage on a house should cost you about the same as what you would pay in rent. Now, there's lots more maintenance and taxes and all insurance and things that you have to do on a house, but you're also, for many people, ends up being their biggest asset. So a lot of people I talk to who, I look at their financial situation, their biggest asset is their house because they've owned it a long time and it's appreciated. And in general, in this country, real estate is appreciated over the years. And again, depending on where you buy it and what's going on, it's a fairly good bet that it's going to appreciate. And even if it doesn't, it's your house, so you're living there. But should you borrow money to invest in Bitcoin? No, that's called speculation. By the way, investing and speculating are two different things. Buying Bitcoin is a speculation. Now, if you want to speculate, and I believe in speculation, by the way, I think you should speculate because it's okay to shoot for the fences sometimes. But you should do it with money that you can absolutely afford to lose. So if you can afford to lose $20 a month and you can skip one lunch and you want to buy $20 worth of Bitcoin a month, I think that's a great idea because you're speculating. And if Bitcoin goes to $1 million a coin, well, you just hit a home run, right? If it goes to zero, well, you lost $20 a month. You missed out on one lunch a month. So that's fine. Speculating in a consistent manner starts to look like investing, by the way, because you're investing in a speculation. So it's okay to do both, but you should definitely not borrow money to go speculate. And that's really what I heard in that question. Should I borrow money to invest? What I heard is, should I borrow money to speculate? And the answer is no. You should not borrow money to speculate. Borrowing money costs you money. Now, if the borrowing is happening from your parents and it's at no interest and you probably never have to pay it back because they're going to forgive you, well, that's different. I would accept that kind of loan because it's not really a loan, but I still wouldn't just throw it away. I would be very, very careful with it, and I would be very serious about it. Look, the bottom line is that if you take your time and you learn how to do investing, if you learn it, then you're going to make good decisions and good choices. That's the key. If you want to play the guitar and you practice 1 hour and then you hang it on the wall and then a year later someone says, hey, can you play the guitar? Are you going to be able to pull it down and play anything? No. If you want to invest and you hear this one video and then that's the last effort you put into it, is it going to do anything for you? No. However, if you play that guitar every day for an hour, for an entire year, and then someone comes in and says, hey, can you play that thing? Do you think you're going to be able to play it? You will. And the same is true with investing. Just start learning. Start learning. Go out there, listen to blogs, listen to videos, listen to podcasts. Figure out what fits you. Don't run out and do the first and everything that you hear, but integrate it in. Let it sink in and start thinking about it. And then eventually, eventually, make a choice. Make a choice and do it. It doesn't have to be a long process. You can do it the first day you hear it. If it makes sense to you, which gets to a whole nother question about doing things that make sense, because this world is a lot of nonsense in it. So I hope that answered your questions about borrowing and about investing. My name is Douglas Lodmell. This is the Mind and Money for Young People. It's your life. It's your money. Act like it. See you next time.